So on today's Which Word of the Day, I am choosing Hecate. The real definition, not what Charmed gives you. So Hecate is the ancient goddess, Greek goddess of magic, witchcraft, the night, moon, ghosts, and necromancy. She wields torches to guide travelers and holds keys representing her dominion over the unseen and the underworld. Hecate holds authority over the earth, sea, and sky, and in modern paganism, she is usually regarded as the crone figure in the Maiden Mother Crone triad, emphasizing her roles as guide, protector, and goddess of transitions.
You haven't even read that?
Wait, what are you doing with the book?
So he has the confidence to finish the story.
Hear now the words of the witches.
Can you hear the words of the witches? Yeah, the words of the witches.
Welcome to Words of the Witches, the Charmed podcast that will guide you through the lesser-known published lore of the Charmed universe.
In this night and in this hour, we call upon our fanboy power, bringing education and stupefaction to all of you.
Together, we will use our knowledge and reverence abundantly, but also find ourselves sassy and delightful.
Which is why we will truly be charmed.
All right, spell worders, welcome to Words of the Witches, episode 172. I am Kevin, your resident charmed resource.
And I am Sean, and I am not a follower of Hecate because it did not go well. I'm a follower of Hermes.
I mean, you gotta find what works for you, that's for sure. Because she can be, crazy in certain ways.
Yeah.
And we have a wonderful guest with us today. It's someone that we are very familiar with on our Solving for X podcast. But joining us here today is Ryan.
Hi guys. Oh my god, long time no see. How have you been?
I know, it seems just like yesterday.
It does. Oh my god, I love it.
I'm very excited to have you on this show. Oh my gosh.
I'm very, very excited to be here, you guys, because I feel like we are bringing the power of three from Solving for X-Men to Words of the Witches right now, to the real true power of three. So, which is pretty cool. And I'm very excited about that.
Even though I'm sitting down
too.
and giving you a standing ovation.
Oh my gosh. We get to be dirty on this podcast as well, too? No?
Oh my gosh, you know it. We are terrible. We just did a charmed porn episode, don't forget.
I do recall the charmed porn one, yes. And I love the ad for that. I don't know, the artwork for that one. That was so good. You guys were so sultry.
Yes. So, Ryan.
Yes.
Tell us your experience with Charmed, your journey and your discoveries and all that stuff.
Well, I have to be honest, back in the day, I was a little CW girly, so I kind of loved everything that was on the CW. I mean, I even watched Seventh Heaven, prior to knowing about this.
So back then it was the WB then. It was the WB before CW.
Yes, my apology that I said CW. I don't know why. I know that, I remember even
it turned into it. It turned
frog
into it.
And everything. Yes, I remember the amazing CW, and I believe you shared it recently because you knew that I was such a huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and even Angel the spinoff. That, I mean, it wasn't as good, but I still enjoyed it too. But so I would always catch like sometimes episodes of Charmed. I want to say that I maybe even watched it on and off until like maybe season 6 or 7. So like right before the final season, I believe. So, you know, where it kind of got even like a little kooky, like people turning into mermaids when Phoebe chopped her hair off, stuff like that. You know, like I consider, it gets a little kooky when Phoebe hair goes a little pixie. Yeah.
The less hair she has, the more crazy it gets.
Yeah. But who doesn't love it?
But the season 4 bangs.
Yeah. They were very...
it's like that's Courtney Cox.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they were very reminiscent of Scream 3 Courtney Cox bangs, which were the true villain of Scream 3, let's be honest. But yeah, I loved watching Charm when I could. I liked seeing it grow. I actually did watch the episode where one of them, something like very significant happens. Our spoiler, can we say spoilers at this point?
Oh yeah.
Oh, when
You can
Prue,
say-
yeah, when Prue dies, I remember that like being like
She dies?
Oh god! All right, I'm not going to bring anything up about Santa either.
You know, Piper says that line in Magic Hour. And not in Magic Hour, Once Upon a Time. She's like, well, maybe it's time we tell her about Santa. So, season 3.
I like that. But I even remember when Prue died, like it was kind of like a cliffhanger, and I was like, "Oh, she's definitely going to come back next season. Like they're going to somehow bring her back," and that didn't happen. Yeah.
Nope.
But we did get Rose McGowan, who was an amazing addition there too. So I kind of kept on too because I was such a huge fan of her. Because let's be honest, don't kill me, Mr. Ghostman. I want to be in the sequel. Everyone
Be in the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone loved her in that, so who didn't want to see Tatum?
Badass, for sure.
As one of the charmed ones. My favorite episode, I have to say, is the future episode. I believe it's in season 1, if I'm correct. Season 2.
202.
Yes. And I do remember watching that episode because I was like, holy crap, their powers got so cool. How the hell is Phoebe like premonitioning someone to death with her, like, how does electricity coming out of her hands or whatever? It was so cool. And I remember too because it was prior to DVR or at that point, so I wasn't able to do anything, and it was on the same night that the MTV Music Awards were on, and it was that like epic performance of Britney Spears and NSYNC where they did the like over here,
Oh my gosh.
over here. So it was like maybe that's another reason why I liked the future episode, because those two iconic TV moments were happening at the same time. So I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of my
Beautiful.
charm.
It is the best episode.
It really is. I love it. Maybe if you guys want,
It
I
is.
can come back for that episode. I'd love to.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what's happening. In the comics, they do explain how she gets the power to do that. It's actually a thing called psychic reflection. It's an extension of her empathy power. So,
So she makes you feel bad to death?
she
Sounds like my mom.
Yeah, I was born. I was
yeah,
raised
she pretty much
Catholic, so I
projects
know
your
all
own
about
emotions.
that.
Yeah, she projects your own emotions back into you. So all your guilt, all the pain you cause others, all that she projects it back.
Oh, that's
into
my
your mind.
grandma.
Oh, I've heard those stories, Sean. I remember those stories. Ooh. I do want to go over our sexy showdown from last week. So Sean and I both nominated 2 people, but I did it wrong because you said Leo and I put Andy in there.
Oh,
so
wow.
oops.
Oh, wow. As long as I won.
But it works out because, yeah. So you nominated Leo and Daryl, and I nominated Pastor Williams and Hannah. And on Instagram, Hannah and Pastor Williams got 9%.
How cute.
Daryl got 33%, and Andy got 49%.
Oh, so it worked out.
Oh.
So Andy technically won on Instagram, even though he's not supposed to be there.
Okay.
But on YouTube, we had Pastor Williams got 3%, Hannah got 17%. So Pastor Williams on the low of the low. That's still percent. Andy got 22%, and then Daryl got 58%.
Go Daryl.
So because Daryl won there, and he was actually part of the Running Nuts and is supposed to be there, I'm going to make Daryl the winner.
Okay.
Congrats, Daryl.
But that doesn't... Congrats, Daryl. So he will move on to our Sexy Showdown for this week, which is great. And Andy can still be nominated for this week as well.
Okay. Brian, do you know what Daryl's name is in real life?
What is it, Sean? What is Daryl's name?
Dorian Gregory.
We love it.
Dorian Gregory? Like Gray instead of Gregory?
No, I just say it like that because of the portrait of Dorian Gray, but his is Gregory.
Yeah.
I just love
I like
it.
it. I love it.
Yeah. And Legion Ivory was going on. He's like, how would someone not vote for Daryl? He's like, everyone better vote for Daryl.
Oh my god, I love that Legion's on here as well.
Oh yeah, he's been on this podcast too. So yeah, we got the crossovers happening all the
I
time.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, what was his actual quote? He says, "Oh, no one in their right mind would choose anyone over Dorian Gregory."
Nice.
And Ryan Appleton 3653 says, my boy Daryl will be wiping the floor with everyone. It is my dream to meet some of the Charmed cast one day, and I hope Dorian Gregory is there." So he's got his fans, super sexy. He should have been naked on the show more. That's all I gotta say, because he never was.
It never was, certainly isn't enough.
Right. Exactly. All right, and then I do have one piece of One Piece.
I only have 2 more episodes.
I have one piece of manor keeping.
You can't just vanquish an entire house, especially not our house. People are gonna notice.
Manor keeping.
Well, the problem isn't the manner. It's the manner in which it was treated.
A good witch is a clean witch.
So the manor keeping is the YouTube comment I got on our porn episode. I wanted to read it because it was so flattering. I sent it to Sean. This is from Audio Lights 1776. It says, LMAO, I just got into this podcast because I can't get enough of Charmed. I had to log in, so might as well just comment. You guys are the cutest hosts. Shocked face, bite the lip, heart eyes.
Not bite the lip. Oh.
Yeah.
Bite the lip. Yeah. So that was really cool to see.
Well, I am not shocked to hear that the viewers are like, under your spell.
Aw.
I'm under your spell. There you go. Get some Buffy in there for you. All right, so let's get into our magazine today. So we're covering issue number 2 of the DVD magazines called Luscious Leo. And this covers season 1, episode 4 to season 1, episode 6. I'm not going to go over all of the other stats because they're the same as before. And let's start with our Brian Krause interview behind the scenes. So we learned that his middle name is Thomas. Brian Thomas Krause. He has a brother named Patrick, a wife named Beth, and a son named Jamin. They were divorced in 2000 because she was jealous of his kissing on Charmed with the women's, and maybe his affair with Alyssa Milano. Maybe that might have all been part of it. I don't know. Your shocked face, Ryan, cracks me up. I love it.
Now bite the lip.
And bite the lip. He was a star footballer at college. He loves golf, cars, and Mexican food. And he enjoys jamming sessions on his harmonica with friends. And he says, we play evil and sexy music in some dark, dingy rehearsal studio. I never heard him play the harmonica, but I kind of really want to see this now.
Yeah.
The Charmed magazine interviewer asks Brian about his return to Blue Lagoon casting with Mila Jovovich, and he responds that Fiji was great and he learned how to live off the land. He was climbing trees, fishing, getting coconuts, all that stuff. And he's like, Mila, it was wonderful. And they're like, now we want to know about you getting naked for the camera. How is that? You like getting naked?
Perverts.
I was like, jeez. Right? And he's like, oh, okay, I guess it was fine. And then they ask about Piper, and he's like, she is not the type of girl that Brian would typically go for, because he wants like a sporty, edgy girl, someone who would like trek around the country on foot and be like a little survivalist. So yeah, that's what we learned about Brian.
Nice. Well, speaking of Brian, let's talk about Dead Man Dating. Sorry, Brian. So this one it aired on October 28th, 1998, written by Javier Grillo Marxwach, directed by
Marxwach. Very good.
Marxwach. directed by Richard Compton. This article was wonderful because I learned a new word here. Scuppered. Scuppered. He scuppered. She scuppered the relationship. Which means to deliberately sink a ship. This is the one where Piper falls in love with the ghost of a young man who asks the charmed ones to help him get to heaven. This one is a fan favorite. They won't shut up about it on House of Hollowell. They always come back to, but is it as good as Dead Man Dating?
Yeah.
T.W. King, who of course plays Andy, praises this episode too for the amount of emotion, action, and ingenuity of the script. He commends the writer.
All right, so now Ryan and I get to read Friend or Foe for Yama.
Don't get scuppered.
I know that's going to show up. I'm sobbing. I'm so happy.
I cannot wait for that. When Magneto tears apart the next ship.
Yeah,
there you go.
I know. I needed it for last episode.
That would have been perfect. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so I will read the bold here, Ryan, and you can read the answers. So you got a lot to read. Be prepared.
No, you viewers, be prepared. Yeah.
That Yama character must get hot riding around San Francisco in that big helmet. He's got a big helmet head.
Bite your lip.
Like the statues in Haunted Mansion, they're big helmet penis heads.
Yes.
Yeah. I know those well. As he's the gatekeeper of the fiery realms of hell, it's unlikely that Yama is too bothered by the heat.
Thank you. The gatekeeper of hell, eh? Are you the keymaster? Like some kind of infernal bouncer?
Almost. But instead of keeping out the undesirables, it's Yama's job to round up the souls of the dead and condemn them to eternal damnation.
So it's not an exclusive door policy then.
No, you idiot. It's more... No, I'm joking.
No, you had that right.
It's perfect.
No, it's more about quantity than quality as far as Yama's concerned. He doesn't care whether the souls belong to if the souls belong to a previously good or bad person, either.
Seems a little unfair on the poor unfortunate souls, doesn't it?
Thank you. When I read that earlier, I was like, I know Kevin's gonna read this like this. I know. Yes, it's
Yep.
If their bodies are given a proper burial before Yama can capture them, they can evade him and go to heaven. So that's some consolidation.
This Yama's a nasty one piece of work then.
Only 2 more episodes.
That rather depends on your point of view. He exists in many different Eastern belief systems, but in the tradition that Mark's family subscribes to, he certainly isn't the cuddliest character.
Oh.
You can say that again, but he's a nice guy in other traditions? Question mark.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. In Buddhism, Yama is the judge of the dead who sends old age, disease, punishment, and other calamities to humans as a pretty harsh warning to behave well. And if you believe in reincarnation, Yama, or Yanlu, as he is also known, passes judgment on the dead. If the deceased has been good, they'll be rewarded with pleasant future lives. If not, they'll suffer torture and misery in the future.
That's an interesting tidbit because Yanluo, that's very similar to Yenlo, which will appear later in season 4, Enter the Demon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it has some influence there as well. Sweet bloke. Oh, not. Not! Cyclops, not! And gangster Tony Wong isn't a barrel of laughs either.
He certainly isn't. Although he's not blessed with any supernatural power, Tony still proves to be a pretty deadly foe and ruthless character. As he has Mark killed so that he can take his own death and so that he can fake. Sorry, my bad. So that he can fake his own death and escape justice at the hands of the police. He hadn't bargained on the victim getting a helping hand from the three powerful witches, though. Dun dun dun.
Woohoo!
Dun dun.
Well, you guys, did you know wrong Wong? I don't feel comfortable as a white person saying that. Mark doesn't look much like Tony Wong. Gee, you think? He's several inches taller for a start. Maybe Wong's too busy being a gangster to put his contact lenses in. Yeah, they look nothing like. I found that a little racist, actually. Not making his Mark, because his name's Mark. Mark can't switch on the TV because his finger goes through the set. I'll tell you what else his finger's going to go through. So why does Phoebe open the car door for him? Surely he could just walk through it. Dead Man Walking. The episode's title refers to the 1995 film Dead Man Walking, about a convict on death row. The Charmed version contains rather less gritty realism, though.
Yeah, and I always feel like watching the Ghost show now, I feel like it's totally that Ghost logic. They can go sideways, but they can't like up and down through floors. So that's why the vertical, they can sit in cars and stuff, but you can just go through things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about that too. Even like as soon as I was like, why is she opening this door?
Yeah. He sees Prue naked, so we got that. I'm naked here. All right, everybody. So tell us what's to love. What do you like about this episode?
The romance with Mark and Phoebe is so, or Piper is so cute. I feel like we really get to see Piper as a person in like she falls in love more for like who the person is rather than like can she touch them. So I think that's a sweet little thing.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to add, Ryan?
I have to agree that I do like the relationship a lot that's built throughout this one, and also I kind of like the other story too, like the whole like Phoebe, and I have to admit that when watching it the first time, that when she helped him and finally like saved him and like that'll be $20, like I felt like I got a premonition because I was like, oh, I remember watching this episode from that. Yeah. It was like total like deja vu from that, and I got that several times throughout watching the 3 episodes. So I'll tell you my Phoebe moments throughout these 3 episodes. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And Phoebe in her outfit. I love that outfit.
Yeah, it's very eye dream.
Oh, the fortune teller one?
Yeah.
The psychic one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's that scene when Piper confronts her and sees her. That was a scene in our Memories of the Charmed musical too, which is super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What do I love? Definitely the Mark and Piper chemistry, the way they bond. Prue being proud of Phoebe for doing something good. You know, here she comes in expecting to be, chewed out, and Prue's like, no, this is the best birthday present I could ask for. I love that. And then Phoebe gives more advice later to Prue about Andy, and that's really cute. The whole Mark saying that birthdays are special, always celebrate them and never take them for granted, is such a great moment. I cry every time for that. Mm-hmm. And then the romance scene between them is so special as well, because that could have easily been super corny. The dialogue could have been corny, but they acted it so authentically that it works.
Oh,
so,
I
The
forgot.
things I love.
I made a note. Let me pull up notes. I realized. Do you think this is where the porn got the closing eyes thing from this episode?
Maybe. Like, close your eyes.
Yeah.
Imagine that the one with my hand. Yeah.
I guess that was it. I'll bring up the other notes when we get to what we don't like.
Okay. So what? Okay, let's go for it. What's to hate about this
Yama!
episode?
I wish Yama looked better. Like, I saw online, and I totally agree with it. He looks like a Power Ranger villain. Like, he's already over the top, but then the cheesy, like, glowing eyes. Like, I wish they at least didn't do the glowing eyes, but yeah, he didn't look great.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Agreed. Mm-hmm.
And when Mark was dead, you could still
Anything
see
to
him
add?
breathing.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anything to add about hating it? Anything to hate about this episode, Ryan?
I have to. I didn't like when Mark got shot. There was no blood or anything. Too like
Yeah.
when he got up, there was nothing there. And I know that you said that you guys liked it, but the whole like touching and kissing, like that was like a little too much. I don't know. Like it was a little not corny for me, but I mean, I guess like what can you do on the WB back then? And I know that they keep on saying dead man walking, but when he got up from his body, maybe this is more of love instead of hate, but I got more of Ghost than dead man walking.
Well, yeah.
Like how like in the movie Ghost, how they literally just stand up from their dead body and like look at it. That's what I got more than dead
I
man
feel like that was
walking.
definitely an influence. I feel like it was for sure. Yeah, they got the title from Dead Man Walking, but the ghost stuff from Ghost.
Yeah, I noticed like the titles usually have nothing to do with the episode a lot of times. Like the empath one. What is it? Primrose Empath. Ah!
Yeah. You hate that one so much. I have two things for hate. One of them you brought up already. The assumption that Asian people who look nothing alike could be mistaken for each other. That's just not a good look. And then this is a kind of a canonical thing, because Prue would definitely know if Andy had a sister. She's like, oh, Trudeau, sister? I'm like, bitch, you grew up with him since he was a kid. You know if he would have had a sister or not.
Yeah.
True.
You know? So that was another thing I didn't like.
Was that already revealed at this point that he was like a...
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you get a pass because it didn't happen yet, but when you start adding things like, no, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
All right. So the music we had in this episode, if you watched it on DVD and not streaming.
Right. Ryan. So you didn't get to hear any of these songs. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You missed out.
I'm not gonna
No,
lie,
believe
it
me,
kind of
I was
pisses
there.
me off. Yeah.
I know. I went through everything you did when I was first on Brunch with the Hollowalls. The after opening credit song was Secret Smile by Semisonic. When You Were Mine by John Waite was when Prue finds Andy at Quake. Hush 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 by Paula Cole is when Piper and Mark are in his apartment and when they fuck. And then Sand and Water by Beth Nielsen Chapman is during Mark's funeral.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Ryan, tell us your question when you realized, like, where's How Soon Is Now?
Yeah. When I was talking to the boys yesterday, I was like, so when does the like real theme like kick in? Like what season did that happen, or was it like mid-season of this? And then you guys informed me that like apparently nothing on streaming is what people hear from that I listened to originally the first time. So that kind of keeps me off, because I remember Buffy having some bangers too. So I know that the WB had some like cool popular songs, and then also like songs that you would discover through these shows as well too.
Right.
Wait till you see what band you missed in the next episode.
Oh gosh, I know. But you remember at the end of every episode on the WB, it would say, this episode had music from, and they would show the album cover art.
Yes.
It was really great for introducing those. Yeah. All right. So next we have this episode's show and spell for Dead Man Dating. And so I'm going to show you this. This is the Chinese lion that was on the door of Mark's mother's house that blocked him from going in.
The protection.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is from Hallowell Attic Replicas. Again, another beautiful part of my collection.
Nice.
I have to ask, Kev, do you have something from do you have like an item from every episode?
I'm not sure. I'm going to see as we go, because every episode that comes in, I'm going to see what do I have that can work. So We'll see. That's the goal.
Okay, 'cause that's pretty.
I might.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. So.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
You're like the junk lady from
I'm waiting for that time when there's nothing to show. What?
You're like the junk lady from Labyrinth.
Like,
You can't go anywhere with this.
Totally.
You can't.
Totally. I have it everywhere.
So, some notes about this episode. When asked about Holly Marie Combs' experience with the scene where she spoke Chinese, or Mandarin, she answered that the experience was hard. She had taken 1 week of practice and had to frequently redo the scene during shooting. That is a hard language, so kudos to her for that.
Mm-hmm.
This episode was aired on October 28th, Prue's 28th birthday. And the Camus novel Piper reads from at Mark's apartment is The Plague.
Mm-hmm.
The Plague.
This is also the first instance we see of Phoebe cleaning to avoid uncomfortable situations. Because Prue's like, oh, you never clean. And she's, trying to, like, not tell her what she's doing. Which does come up again later, especially, after Prue's funeral. She's cleaning and Cole's like, you never clean. So that's a common thing she does, is to avoid her feelings, is doing that. Do you want to talk about the two stoves, Ryan?
I will admit that I texted the boys while watching this episode, being like, "Wait a minute, where's the bottom of this stove on this countertop?" I'm like, "How does this happen? Where does the gas come from? This cannot be electric. Where does it? Where's the power to that even?" I was like, "Well, I guess it's magic." Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I actually have information for you about that. I looked it up. So, the reason why they have that there, they have the one in the back where they have the big oven, but they have the stove there too to kind of facilitate filming, because it allowed them to face the camera rather than away from the camera, and they accommodated Piper's cooking in there and potion making there, so it was just to get better angles when they shot it. But it was actually based on real life tables that exist, and in those tables, the gas is run through the leg of the table.
Oh my god!
So they have some kind of thing going on.
Wow.
In there. Yeah.
Wow, very
so
cool.
they actually happen.
Take that, Betty, not homemaker.
I guess, yeah. I guess it wasn't magic.
So, I do have one thing in my notes I almost forgot. So, in your opinion, did Phoebe cause her own premonition? Because her chasing him from the hotel scared him and made him all, like, nervous. So, did she cause him to self-fulfill that premonition?
There's a thought about that, but I thought about might have been the reason. But at the same time, didn't he die in the premonition?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he actually got hit by the car in the premonition. So the fact that she ended up seeing it ended up making her save it. So it was a weird, I don't know what.
Yeah.
So, but maybe it's possible.
She intervened and changed it. Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So now we are into episode ranking. Would we rank this episode Magically Delicious, Pretty Witchin', A Sorcerer's Apprentice, Disenchanting, or Vanquishable?
I'm giving it Magically Delicious, even though, like, Yama looks cheesy and some of this stuff could have been better. Like, the heart is there, the story's there, we get what they were going for. I think this is a strong episode.
Ryan?
I'm gonna go Pretty Witchin'. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like one of my favorite episodes. I did like to see the actor that played Mark. It was good to see him. He was very familiar to this time period.
John Cho.
Oh,
John
yes.
Cho.
John Cho.
Yes.
Cho.
So that was fun. And I liked the relationship with them. And I really actually enjoyed the Phoebe story, too. Yeah.
Yay. I gave it Magically Delicious. I think it's one of the top ones of the season. Yes, I love it. Make me happy, make me feel. Make me sad. All right, so now we have a P3 VIP. Who is your standout favorite, most important player of this episode?
I'm gonna say Phoebe. She took stuff into her own hands, got a job in order to get closer with her sister. She put her life on the line to save a mortal. Like, she did a lot in this episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
I completely agree. Phoebe all the way. I really liked her story. You got to see her mature a little bit throughout here, but still also kind of be like the angsty young one. So it was kind of cool to see her growth throughout this episode.
Yeah, Phoebe is a great choice, but I actually gave it to Mark.
He does this.
Oh,
I gave it to Mark because he doesn't let dying and becoming a ghost like paralyze him. He pretty much acts right away. He's like, I gotta, figure out how to get buried. So he acts proactively. He's determined, and then he reminds us why life is so precious because he represents both the tragedy and the beauty that comes with loss. And he tells us why we should keep celebrating birthdays and why they're important. And yeah, I think he's really good in this. Ryan, we have Randy Andy. Randy now.
love it. All right, so Randy Andy. When a homicide inspector is in a relationship, he's usually the enigmatic one, keeping the gory details of his work secret, being aloof, distant, and tortured. But not so in Andy's case. That's his girlfriend's job. And all he can do is stand by and fume with frustration. Yeah, so then we have changing looks where we see a young Andy dressed as a cowboy in a future episode. Then we go to What a Drip. Wet and weary Andy turns up at a murder scene, but that dodgy flasher's Mac and a serious stare don't quite match. Yep.
Weird turn of phrase.
Mhm.
That's the British for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Doing a moody post-coital look to perfection, Andy wakes up to find Prue has loved and left him?
Ooh.
Sweet.
He's so sexy.
He is. Yeah, he does look. It does totally give me like early 2000s, late 90s, like heartthrob. And I'm here for it. Looking sweet. Inspector Trudeau, good looks don't desert him. Even after he collides with a runaway sweet trolley.
The Princess Tart. The green marzipan. I love it.
Prue and Andy only share 4 on-screen kisses. The charmed ones
Crazy.
are linked to 16 of Andy's cases. Did you know that Brian Krause, who plays Leo Watts, Julian McMahon, who plays Cole Turner, and Keir Smith, who plays Kyle Brody, all auditioned for the part of Inspector Andy Trudeau, and were later given other roles in the show. Kidding around. Andy's been on the receiving end of the Hollowell brand of magic since childhood. The cute boy next door, Andy, grew up in the same neighborhood as the charmed one. At one point, was even frozen by Piper when the children were playing together. When the Hallowells travel back in time, they witness this, and Prue thinks that trauma of the event explains why Andy becomes so suspicious of the sisters some 20 years later. So there is a picture of Andy looking all weary. A grieving Andy breaks the news that Prue is dead. Then there's this photo of Andy with his hands on his hips looking like he's about to walk the runway of RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah, right there. And that's the episode where Andy finds out that Prue is a witch, but he only knows for 24 hours, and then the spell is over. Then there's a photo of Andy falling with some plates falling in front of Andy. There's Andy looking like he's about to receive it, bending over as well on a desk. Poor Andrew.
So let's move on to Season 1, Episode 5, Dream Sorcerer. This aired November 4th, 1998, written by Constance M. Burge, creator of the series, and directed by Nick Mark. This is the one where Prue rebuffs the romantic advances of Whittaker Berman. I think of Fix-It Felix. She rebuffed my affections! And Whittaker Berman is the Dream Sorcerer. This gives him access to her sleeping mind, where he has the powers to turn nightmares into deadly reality. Put a canonical pin in that, but sure. We have this love muscle love, where is it? My love muscle. Little thing there. There's a picture of Hans looking all sexy. That's the one that Phoebe kind of used her love spell on the most and had lots of sex with. And he's very sexy and naked, and he recycles. So she's like, oh, but then he goes crazy. He's like, ever since I met you, I can't do anything. And so she's like, oh my gosh, I don't like you anymore. All right, you guys, let's go over our friend or foe. Read to me.
All right. Ugh. That guy who sent Prue a drink in the bar looked a little creepy, didn't he?
Too right. You wouldn't want to get involved with Whittaker Barman, but if you give him the brush off, you'll end up dead.
That's a bit harsh. Got rejection issues, has he?
Just a little. It all started when his ex-girlfriend dumped him. Not long after, she died mysteriously in her sleep.
But he's in a wheelchair. Hardly the hallmark of a vicious killer.
That's because Whittaker has masturbated the art of dream leaping. He can transfer himself into women's dreams and then kill them in their nightmares. His unfortunate victims don't wake up the next morning.
Wait. So, what does he do in these nightmares?
Whittaker's got a thing about skyscrapers. It seems he likes throwing his victims off the top of tall buildings.
Nasty! Ah! There's something a little. There's nothing like a crazy guy scorned, is there?
Nope. And if Prue's not careful, she might befall the same fate. If you'll excuse the pun.
Why doesn't she just use her powers to fight him?
She's trying, but keeps having trouble using them in her sleep. Nightmare! You're welcome.
Beautiful.
See you at the Emmys.
So here are some did you knows about this episode. Not so lucky. The song heard during Sky's fatal dream sequence with Nasty Whittaker is a stroke of luck by Garbage. Taken away from my music reveal later. Fine. Familiar facade. The stock footage shot used for the exterior of Sky's apartment building crops up several times in other Charmed episodes. It's used as Dave's apartment in Witches and Tights, for example. And Culture Vulture. When Rex chats to Prue, he refers to the English politician Oliver Cromwell, Dutch painter Rembrandt, and American novelist Ernest Hemingway. So, what's to love about this episode, everybody?
First off, the band I was referring to is Garbage. I love Garbage. I've always loved Garbage. I love Garbage. They're so great. But this episode is actually, like, scary. Like, Whittaker Berman, I was thinking about this. He's more scary than Freddy. Because Freddy can only get you in your dreams on Elm Street. Whittaker's like, that one, right there. I want that one. And then he can go into your dreams and freaking kill you. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Ugh. I really liked Hans and Jack.
Oh.
I thought they were
baby cuties.
I thought they were cute to look at, very much so. But I felt just like Sean that this was a very creepy episode. This guy's super creepy. I loved the spell that the girls did, and I also love that Kit was also affected by this spell and got like some of the nail cats.
Go away, horny tomcats.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I thought it was fun. So yeah, it was a good episode.
Nice. Yeah, I love the positive message about the agency of women in this, because Phoebe's like, how is asking for what we want a bad thing? Granted, the show continues to tell us that magic for personal gain has consequences, but Phoebe's point is still very poignant and valuable, and so I love that she says that, because in real witchcraft, it's all about seeking what you want. It shows what you can accomplish when you believe in your personal power. And I know people often complain about like the rapiness of this episode, so a lot of people don't like this, which, it's terrible. But I also feel like it's an important episode to show that you're like not helpless against predators. Survival and justice are always an option. So yeah, it's kind of empowering in a way. All right, anything to hate?
Maybe I'm scarred by X-Men, but I think having him be paraplegic, like, you need to be very careful with, because I don't know. I think it like sends a weird message in a way, like, oh, I'm paraplegic, so now I have a right to like kill women if they don't want me. So although I
Right.
think it's important he is in the episode, I think they could have done a few things better to like say like there's more to his story than just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe this was it, and I just kind of skipped or didn't pay attention to the part. But I felt like if like using these powers made him like he was able to walk at one point, but then using these powers put him in a wheelchair. I thought that would be kind of like a cool story too. So like the more he used them, the more he lost the use of his powers. Or the use of his legs and stuff like that, so that would be kind of cool. But yeah, I didn't like that he was paraplegic and he's the bad guy.
Yeah, and it all happened because of like a car accident with his girlfriend, who he later killed later. So it's a weird situation.
Yeah, touchy.
Agreed.
I don't like the terrible pickup lines in the beginning.
What?
Like, you a terrorist? 'Cause you're the
Terrible.
bomb. I'm like, really?
You hurt when you fell.
You can't say those, especially after 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing this was pre 9/11,
Yeah.
but still, oh my gosh. I was kind of mad that I found Whitaker hot.
He is hot.
Like, no, I'm not supposed to like you. Why? Like, stop being. Yeah, you're supposed to be creepy. I hate you, but he's cute.
I felt the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. And his William Shatner School of Acting during the conversation with Andy and Daryl was kind of like, why are you talking like that? It's like, oh no, I don't like that.
I took it as I wondered if it was supposed to be part of like his. Well, he didn't talk like that before, though. You're right. I thought it might be part of his affliction, but it was just in that scene.
Right. Only in that scene. Even when he's very capable in the dreams. He's very creepy and like, you know, he's like, I got it. I know what I'm doing. But he's like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
So. All right. So this episode does have a rhyme time.
Should we try a spell?
Why not? Let's try a spell.
In the wind, I sing this rhyme. Bring death before me, before my time.
Rhyme time. The first spell is to draw a love. This is the spell that Phoebe and Pepper cast. And they're looking for very well employed men.
Yeah. Well employed.
Well employed.
It's like, well employed. There you go. So it says, place heated spices in a velvet bag with a record of your ideal desired. As the bag heats, chant 3 times. I conjure thee, I'm the queen, you're the bee. As I desire, so shall it be. And that's actually what my Book of Shadows is on right now.
Ooh.
The spell. So I always try to make it relevant to what's happening. So, and there's a spell that's also cast off screen. It's the reversal. They don't show you them cast it, but it's there in the Book of Shadows, and it's to drive away a love. And it says, place despised lover's name in a spiced velvet bag. As the bag heats, chant 3 times. Be it shall, so desire I. As be the your, queen the I'm. Thee conjure I. So it's essentially the same thing, but backwards, in reverse. Yeah. Yes.
Kev, I have a question about your Book of Shadows. So, is it kind of like in chronological order of episodes? Like, so it would be like the first spell that they have is like the first page, or is it literally, or do you have to put your hands above it like this and then it goes to whatever spell? Yeah.
So it's not necessarily in chronological order. It's in order that this is a Prescott Manor book, so Wayne Heat is no longer making them, but it was him studying the Book of Shadows and kind of trying to figure out a placement of where things were based on how we've seen it in other episodes. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason because in the show they do move spells around. There's the ability to do that, but he kind of made his own order of how he thought the spells appeared.
Very cool.
So yeah. Cool question.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the music in this episode, there's A Stroke of Luck by Garbage. That was anytime he was in the dream. That music.
Those dreams were sexy. I was ready to rub one out.
I mean, that's why we know he was dream raping them. He was probably raping them and then killing them. We just don't see it.
Mm-hmm. That part's not sexy.
Which is even worse.
Consent is sexy.
Yes.
Yeah. Then there's Dream a Baby Dream by Wade Hubbard, and that's when Piper was on her date with Jack Manfred at Quick. Mr. Manfred. And this is something too, because there's a song that plays after the opening credits, but it's not listed in anywhere, and people are on Reddit trying to find this song. No, it's nowhere to be found. Nobody knows what it is. But it has lyrics: "Sadness comes searching my room that aches by the light of the moon. You know the way to save me. You hold me high up above my lonely life. And when you hold me high, you're giving me the wind. And I surrender to your mystery again." It's a female singer. It is a really cool song, but nobody knows what it is, where it came from.
I like the part "you're giving me the wind." It sounds like she's being farted on.
Give me the wind. Hold me high and fart all over me.
I've seen that on Grindr profiles.
Ew.
Show and spell. This episode's show and spell. Gotta turn this around. I have the Quake side.
Oh, cool.
So, yes, it has these little things. This is also from Hallowell Attic Replicas. And yeah, I love it. There's little things that hang it up on display. I don't have anywhere to hang it up. I should probably put that on the ceiling or something. But yeah, and you can actually go visit the Quick location in LA. It's still theirs. So yeah, and that's on my to-do list. One of my visits coming up.
I always think it looks so familiar. I think I've been there, but I'll have to look into it.
Yeah. Other notes. Shannon Doherty, Holly Marie Combs, and Alyssa Milano wear the same dresses they wore for the promotional pictures of season 1. It's the same one that's on the cover of the DVD. It's the Betsy Johnson dress, Sean. Remember, it's like the Betsy Johnson. And funny enough, I actually found that dress on Etsy. It has the exact Betsy Johnson. So Weirdly Beloved has been looking for it. It's on sale for $2,000.
Oh.
It's a lot, but I'm thinking about it. To add to my collection. I don't know. But I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the one from the promos. It's everywhere. I don't know. Probably not. But, you know. I'll tell Weirdly Beloved and she'll get mad at me if I buy it. And then, you know, that diamond heart that Prue's been wearing all season long, that was actually given to Shannon. That's a personal necklace of hers that was given to her by Rob Weiss, one of her exes. And she still had it up until the day she died, which was pretty amazing.
Wow.
There is a little bit of a canonical thing. Prue is listed as 27 years old in this episode, like, you know, when she's taken to the hospital, like 27-year-old female. But she just had a birthday, and she was born in 1970, so she should be 28, you know, on October 28th. And the reason this error occurs is because this episode, number 5, was originally supposed to be episode 3. Because the production order and the airing order, there was some switching around. So it was the original production order was Something Wicked Thus Becomes, I've Got You Under My Skin. The first 2 episodes, those were the same. Then it was this one, Dream Sorcerer. Then Thank You for Not Morphine. Then The Wedding from Hell and Dead Men Dating. So that was the order they were shot. And they moved them around however they thought would make more sense.
So the X-Men 92 does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
So, yeah. Sky's apartment, Andy says, he's like, we're on the ground floor. How did she fall? But it's funny, if you look out the window when he says that, they're in the middle of the Transamerica period building. It's like so, no. No. And then there's a part where Phoebe comes in and she's like, Piper, I was wrong. The spell calls for cayenne pepper, not black pepper. Yet on the Book of Shadows page, there's no mention of pepper whatsoever. So, and this was another page somewhere. And then Kit is inferred to be a female cat here, hence the horny tomcat comment. But that gets contradicted in future episodes when they refer to Kit as a he. But then it ultimately ends up true when you get to season 5 and we see that Kit has become a human female lady. So, yeah. All right, episode ranking. What would we rank this, you guys?
I'll give it Pretty Witchin', just because I think it's really good. I think there are some tweaks that could have made it better.
I'm gonna say Pretty Witchin' as well. And my Phoebe moment of this episode was the dream sequence, like with the red behind. Like that was something where I was like, "Oh, I remember this. I remember this creeper." So like that was the thing that brought this episode back to me. Yeah.
So was it a Phoebe moment or a Prue moment?
That was my premonition moment where I felt deja vu when watching this episode. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. I should have explained better.
Yes. Yeah. All right. But yeah, fun. I'm like, I know this. I gave it a Pretty Witchin' as well. I think it's a very solid episode. I mean, it's not the top of the top, but I have a good time with it, and I think it's important. All right, P3 VIP. Who is our standout?
Fucking Whitaker Berman for making this freaking tech where he can just go into anybody's dream at all. Like, he's doing some shit stuff with it, but damn, like, girl, like, damn.
Yeah, the scientist over here.
Yeah. He almost killed a charmed one. He doesn't even have powers.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give it to Jack and Hans for being hot, if that's okay.
I mean, absolutely.
Okay.
Keep them in your checkbook for our sexy showdown.
Oh, well, I've already been thinking about it. Yeah.
I'm sure you have, you dog.
I gave it to Andy because I think it's so cool that he still puts like validity and the possibility of metaphysical or supernatural crime. He's like, well, he's been researching dreams. Why wouldn't this make sense? So, and he considers it real and he doesn't waste time. And I'm like, yeah, you go, Andy.
Yeah.
He's still like on his supernatural kick. It is kind of funny that, you know, he technically was immortal, but they don't know that he was a mortal guy. They probably thought he was some demon because they killed him and not even knew who he was or actually met him in real life.
True. All right, let's dream a little dream. So this just goes into some tidbits about dreams. So about 90 minutes after we go to bed, we enter REM sleep where dreams occur. Sigmund Freud thought everything in dreams was about sex, but I guess there was a time when he was kind of like, well, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. That didn't sound anything like him. Carl Jung thought dreams were tools for self-enlightenment. Modern experts say dreams are random images from our memories. Others believe they hold symbolisms and hidden meanings. I believe that. Memories of dreams are often fuzzy, so dream journals are often kept. Lucid dreaming, which I have had very rarely. Lucid dreaming is having a control of your dreams. It's an advanced skill. The first step of doing so is forming an awareness and questioning if you're in a dream. So if you start that practice while you're awake, it's supposed to carry over to when you're asleep and help you kind of control it. Oh, I forgot what on record is for. What's on record?
It's on this it's this little column. Where is it? Here, this on the second page.
Oh, okay.
It's just some
In the corner.
statistics.
Oh, it would help if I'm on the right page. One other interesting thing that's not in the notes is it did talk about how animals go into REM sleep, and why I think this is funny and I want to bring it up is I just saw an episode of The Boys where the dog is dreaming about having sex with Homelander.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that episode yet. I don't want to know what it's from yet.
Okay. On record. So dream deaths. So this talks about how a lot of people believe if you die in your dream, you die in real life, which is not true. I have actually had dreams where I'm dead, so I can attest to that. Life and sleep. It's estimated that the average person spends about 6 years of their life dreaming, and you dream roughly, it said, around 2 hours a night. Doggy dreamers. Oh, that's where it talks about the REM sleep of animals. Okay. And then empty hours. Researchers have found not everyone can dream, and that's okay, because dreaming actually doesn't really have anything to do with your health. It's just some people don't dream.
Yeah.
Premonition. Just before his death in 1865, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln had a dream in which his corpse was in the White House surrounded by weeping people. I wonder, I just read this actually recently. Apparently, he felt he was haunted by his future ghost, which is, I guess, a thing. I wasn't able to research it much because a lot of the research I was trying to do is talking about it like you're haunted by becoming something you don't want to be. But I've actually, this is weird Seanisms. I've actually like sat on my couch before and I felt like somebody was standing and watching me, and I just had this really weird sense that it was myself from the future. So I totally believe, like,
Wow.
I think that's the thing.
Wow. Okay.
I love that. Oh my gosh, how cool. Have any of you ever lucid dreamed before? You said you kind of did.
Yeah, it's happened where I was able to like kind of control it and like choose your own adventure as I'm dreaming. It's very rare though, and it hasn't been for a while. But it's fun because you kind of get to like make decisions and like control your dream.
I did it once, and it actually happened to be a charmed dream.
Well, mine was an X-Men dream.
That was one of. Oh, see,
Okay,
it happens to the things we're passionate about. Oh, okay.
Mine
I
was
was like, really? Oh, how cool.
Mine was a dream with Jack and Hans. Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, in my charmed dream, I was in a cabin and I was talking to Shannon Doherty and Holly Marie Combs, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's so cool! I'm meeting you." And then they turned into like scary demons and chased me down a hill, and I was like, "No!" And then I looked up at the moon. I was like, running down the hill, looking up at the moon. I said, "Wake up!" And then I woke up. It was crazy.
And then they turned into werewolves because it was their period.
Oh no, that's a nightmare. Don't let that. Oh, we're gonna get to that, I guess, again. Oh. Let's move on to our next episode, season 1, episode
My
6,
favorite.
right?
All right. Wedding from Hell. Air date November 11th, 1998. Written by Greg Elliott and Michael Peppercorn. Director R.W.
Paracone, but I like
sorry.
it Peppercorn better.
Is it Grinty?
I'm sure.
Ginty? I think it's Ginty.
Ginty.
The one where the charmed ones crash a high society wedding because the blushing bride is really a demon intent on spawning a devil baby. Oh, I've been there. Yeah.
All right, Sean, let's do friend or foe.
All right, I'm excited
Jade's
to hear
rather
this.
keen. Okay. Jade's rather keen to get Elliot down the aisle, isn't she?
She certainly are, and she's in quite a hurry because she has evil plans for the hapless groom.
Oh, typical. She's waiting to get a ring on her finger before she shows her true colors then.
Indeed. And what Elliot doesn't know is that for all her innocent looks, Jade is actually Hecate, the queen of the underworld.
Poor Jade. So it turns out that even evil demons are actually sad, lonely, and just looking for someone to love.
Not quite. The thing about Hecate is that she comes to Earth every 200 years with a very specific plan. She has to find herself an innocent, put him under her spell, and then marry him in a sanctified way.
But that doesn't sound too different from what most single women, does it?
That might be true, but most single women aren't hell-bent on spawning a demon child. Jade, or rather Hecate, is, and to do this, she needs Elliot to impregnate her ASAP.
So she's dying to get Elliot in the sack then. The horny devil.
Oh, you'll make me so horny. Yes, and the plan is to produce a sprog. A sprog. Sure.
Don't get stubborn.
A Sprog who looks perfectly normal on the outside, but who is pure demon on the inside. Definitely a problem child. Oh, I used to love those movies.
Those
But
are
yeah,
good
problem
movies.
child.
Same.
We all know people with kids like that. So it's up to the charmed ones to stop Elliot and Hecate producing one.
Too right. The sisters really need to succeed where poor Father Trask failed before them, even though he was brandishing a special knife for the purpose.
So that wasn't just for cutting the wedding cake then?
Now is a unique, jeweled poignard, and the only weapon that can banish Jade and her demonic bridesmaids back to the underworld. Luckily, Prue gets a hold of it, and the blushing bride feels the sharp end of the blade.
Well done, gentlemen. Well
Impregnate me, knifey!
Stick it in me.
And a prog is a British slang for baby or young child.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Okay, good little sprog. Oh, sprog.
Sprog.
It sounds like a spriget. I feel like it's like a little plant, like a little herb. Just a sprog.
I thought it was like some type of biscuit. Yeah.
So now we have Did You Know? And we have Friendly Face. Friends fans may recognize Sarah Rose Peterson, who plays Jade, from an episode in which Ross tries to impress her by wearing tight leather trousers. So beautiful. Now you see it. When the Halliwells face Hecate and her bridesmaids, Prue has her bag in one shot, and then she doesn't. And a second later, we see it on the floor. And then we have Quick Mover. Kirsten works fast. 1 minute she's at the front door. Seconds later, she's in Jade's bedroom. Through the floor. She's like... All right. So... what's to love about this episode?
What's not to love? It's so good. I mean, it does have a level of camp that makes it like fun to watch because it's like it's so bad it's fun to watch. Unlike Once in a Blue Moon, which is just not fun to watch.
Yeah.
I like that it kind of like the makeup really reminded me of Buffy from like that time, so I kind of really enjoyed that. It was a super campy episode. I kind of like the story of Hecate that they portrayed, you know, like with the two women, so that was kind of cool, like that little backstory. But yeah, that's what I liked.
Okay. So what I liked about this, I love that this episode is the drama, and I live for this drama. It's like so, it makes you laugh, and I love Mrs. Spencer's Dynasty drag mother presence. Like she is great. She's like, give me my pill.
Yeah, the acting felt like I was watching freaking Dynasty. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And then I love Kirsten's resting bitch face. She always had a resting bitch face. She like hates everything all the time. The bridesmaid, like first assistant or whatever. I love Phoebe holding her own against Prue's assumptions that she's pregnant. She's like, you have another sister too. She was pretty badass in that scene. I like the way that she vouched for Piper's skills. She's like, Piper is the best chef. You are so lucky to have her. Oh my god. So that's great. I love the sexy artifact banter between Prue and Andy.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just taking a sticker off of his artifacts. You know, oh, you have an artifact for me. Like, so that always makes me laugh. And I do think Andy is such a good detective in these episodes. He's like doing the work. He's really on it. And that's always fun. Mm-hmm. All right, what's the hate? Let's get it all out.
The whole episode.
It really bugged me too that out of nowhere, like Prue knew exactly where the girls were, and that like it was right at the exact time. And how did she know that they were behind this door or whatever? Because she's literally like, "Duck!" or like she says like something. It's like the door opens.
Pepper Phoebe duck. Yeah,
exactly. That upset me. And as much as I did like the makeup and everything, I was like, this is a little bit of a ripoff of Buffy the Vampire Slayer vampire makeup. But who knows? Maybe it wasn't first, but I'm trying to give it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're on at the same time, and the first season especially I think feels very Buffy, which I kind of appreciate. They feel like they could fit in the same world, especially in these early seasons.
I very much agree with you. They could totally be set. That would have been a badass crossover, to be honest with you. I would have loved that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have a list of things to hate in this. So, the terrible guest acting. I mean, aside from the mother, there's so many bad actors in this episode. So, that's, yeah, there. There's the complete bastardization of Hecate, what she really is. I hate that the Charmed Ones, this pisses me off. You know, with this whole stripper scene, they had every ability to save that innocent stripper, but instead they just watched him get eaten. Like, hello, freeze, do something.
Yeah.
What? That pisses me off.
I have to agree with you. That did peeve me off too. I was like, why are they just I was like, maybe, I don't know, maybe this is their kink, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Why does Hecate need to disguise a demon baby in human skin? Because we know that upper level demons already have the power to take human form. Here she is already taking human form. All of her bridesmaids already take human form. It should just be born that way. It doesn't need a human, but okay.
That's Mother Monster.
Yeah, and I don't understand the whole ceremony. Like, why does Hecate even need to marry Elliot? She only has to sleep with him. And furthermore, why does it have to be Elliot? Couldn't she sleep with literally any man to get pregnant?
Yeah.
I don't...
Yeah, because marriage seems like a holy thing. Why would demons have to abide by it?
Yeah, it's so goofy. And I know they're trying to, hide themselves in the world. And demons do try to, like, manifest themselves in the human world in other ways. This one just wasn't really thought out, I don't think. Neither Elliot nor Allison are likable in the least. Like, he's a wooden dummy. She's a drama crybaby. I don't like them. They're not fun to watch.
I can see where you get that.
Yeah. I mean, she's at least trying, whereas the guy that plays Elliot, he's like, like he's just like so boring. I hate him so much. The whole plot of Phoebe thinking Piper was Hecate makes no sense to me. Because if she truly believed that, she wouldn't have been so whatever about it. She would have just been hanging out with her and like, okay, then I have to kill you. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're so stupid.
Yeah.
And then there's a part where Prue says, Hecate, like the pasta. like I saw that from Wikipedia reviews, like, Hecate, like the pasta. Makes me laugh. So... That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, that's it.
Ryan, read us our rhyme time.
Wonderful, witty, but wordy. I did the rhyme. I will do the time. Good night.
To Create a Storm by, is it, just say these before I butcher them.
Asteria and Perseus.
Thank you. Open sky and do your worst. That's a long one.
Terrible rhyme.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and tell us the music. We have one song.
Evidence by Tara McLean.
All right, and our show and spell for this episode. Show and spell. Sean knows. It is the jeweled poignard of the Order of the Stephanie Cross. There it is. There it be. It's very cheap. It's from Trinity 3D. Whatever, 33 3D. I paid way much more money than I should have gotten for this, but, very cheap jewels. Hallowell, our friend Kieran at Hallowell Attic Replicas wants to do a metal blade one, but the Latin is in there. I don't know if you can see it.
Cool.
The Latin is in there. So yeah, that's my little, poignard.
All right. Alyssa Milano is no longer last in the opening credits. Now she's listed third between Shannon and Holly. However, despite being billed third in the opening credits and having been followed by two actors, Alyssa retains the second top billing of and in front of her name.
Mm-hmm.
That was I remember that happening, being like, what happened here?
Yeah, because she was last in all the opening credits before this. Now she's moved up.
Mm-hmm.
but she's still and. So it's just a weird kind of oh wait, this is two things.
Chef Moore quit Quake to open his own restaurant in France. France. No.
French dressing.
Brad Kern stated in an interview for Charm magazine that his opinion.
We covered that.
That in his opinion, this is by far the worst episode of the series.
Second. The other one he wrote.
Oh, damn.
That's why. That's. Mm-hmm.
Prue mentions Touched by an Angel and its main character, Monica. The show aired opposite of Charmed in its first several seasons. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I used to watch Touched by an Angel a lot. So. But there, it's funny, because on the fandom, it says that Chef Moore... Or there's a continuity error here that Piper still works for Chef Moore. And then it's due to the switch in the production order. But no. Because they say Chef Moore quit in episode 2, which was always episode 2 in both production and airing order. That wouldn't have any effect on this continuity. And because he quit, Piper is left fulfilling his prior contacts. She's working for the restaurant, not Chef Moore. So it's not a canonical error. It makes perfect sense. Everything is fine. So I combat that notion. All right. Episode ranking. What would we give this?
I'm going to give it Disenchanted, because as bad as it is, or Disenchanting, as bad as it is, at least there's reasons to like go back and watch it and enjoy it, because it's so bad, but so bad in a campy way.
Okay.
I kind of have to agree exactly with Sean with everything that he said, though. Like, the camp factor is really fun in it, and it's an overall fun-ish episode. So, I mean, I wouldn't say absolutely horrible by any means, but it was kind of campy bad, so.
So Disenchanting, that's what you're ranking?
Disenchanting, yes. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I was tempted to go there too, but I kind of put it on par with Thank You for Not Morphine. And I gave that a Sorcerer's Apprentice, so I decided to give this a Sorcerer's Apprentice too. It's not the best acted, has continuity issues, there could have been more depth to the plot, and it's not very good, but the camp of it all is gold. And as a kid, I was actually scared by these demons. I remember kind of covering my eyes, and every time Hecate came up in the opening credits too, I was like, so I do remember being afraid of them. I do think the sister moments are nice, and there's potential, and I was still entertained, so I kind of kept it in the middle there.
Nice.
All right, P3 VIP. Who's the top person in this?
I'm going to give it to the stripper, because if I was that bad at stripping too, I would let a room full of women eat me and put me out of misery.
Yeah.
Someone with a big stupid
Like,
smile,
what are you doing?
like, hey, let's get naked.
We'll do the Carlton for you. Beautiful. All right, what about you?
I'm just gonna go with Piper on this one, just because she pulled it off at this wedding. Let's just say that. Yeah.
I gave it to Piper too, because she stepped up. Mm-hmm. She took on the stress of the wedding, in addition to the pregnancy scare, in addition to the demon drama, in her typical neurotic fashion. But she did it, and yeah, she should be angry that her food isn't being respected. Like, eat that shit.
Eat that shit.
Eat that shit. It's good, damn it.
It's like they're ordering a pizza. Rude. So yeah. All right. Classic Charmed. Here we go.
All right. Laugh your head off. So it goes through the 10 funniest moments of Charmed. Number 1 is Need Some Body. So this is when the girls get their heads chopped off in what's it called? The
It's right there for you. It's in the notes.
I'll pull up the notes again. Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The next one is Male Charms, when Prue gets turned into a man and she's a man baby, but they chose a weird picture of not her as a man, so that's great. Number 3, It's a Dog's Life. Prue becomes a dog and looks who's barking. Once Upon a Time, the Charmed Ones become fairy tale characters and happily ever after. That should not be on this list. And then Stick It, Phoebe rides... Oh, Stick It!
Stick it!
Stick It!
I know.
Phoebe rides a broomstick in All Hallows Eve. The water cooler moment. Cole turns Daryl into a water cooler in A Witch's Tale. Indecent Proposal. Piper catches Leo practicing his proposal. The honeymoon's over. Thanks for the memories. Paige makes a charmed in joke in Cat House. I didn't think that one was that funny
She's like,
either.
finally, when I remember.
Yeah, only because she's the only one she's there for. Who's a pretty boy then? Piper nearly blows up a bear in Charmed. Super Witches. The sisters become superheroes and witches in tights. Boom.
So, yeah, I just gotta say, I don't agree with this list at all because though these are all amusing, all of them are just chuckles at best. They're not the funniest thing.
Yeah.
I don't know who made up this list.
Yeah, somebody they didn't put on here, put some butter on me because I want to roll.
Right. Yeah, call me butter because I'm on a roll.
There
Yeah,
you
beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot more funny moments. And I think the official magazine got it a little bit better. They weren't the best either, but they got it a little bit better than this one.
Yeah.
So, the last page we have is Kindred Spirits. And this is just a little story about dead man dating. And they talk about the worlds apart when Mark takes Piper to Chinatown and reads the tragedy of the loveless world. We have Food of Love. Touched by Piper's kindness, Mark shows her a box filled with recipes that have been in his family for years and tells her to celebrate birthdays. And then Almost a Kiss at the Manor. Paige and Mark's evening culminates in an intimate moment. Piper tells Mark to close his eyes and imagine her touch and her kiss. She moves in close, but Mark can't feel anything.
Oh.
So yeah. And there's a charm scene here. I'm not going to read it, but yeah, a nice little moment scene.
Nice.
Next we have Put That in My Canonical Hat.
Canonical.
This is where we would determine what is and what is not true. So this is me calling out mistakes that happened in the magazine. I have a bigger list than last week. Not huge, but bigger. So Brian Krause was mistaken again. In his interview, he said that he wasn't a regular until season 3, but it actually did happen in season 2 around Part of My Past. That was when he was officially made a regular. So I don't know. I keep thinking season 3. The magazine says that Piper and Leo were divorced, which didn't actually happen. Brian is correct in saying, he's like, I don't think there was an official divorce because there wasn't one. To be honest, I don't know if there was even a government sanctioned marriage because remember, they were hand fasted, which isn't legally binding. So
I remember hearing about that in last week's episode.
Yeah. So, things to think about. The magazine states that Prue denying Whitaker gave him the power to stalk her, but that's not true. He just chose her because of that. He could always enter her dream no matter what. It's not like, you reject me, so now I have the power to do it. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Inspector Rodriguez was called a warlock. He's the one in the finale of season 1. He's not a warlock. He's an upper level demon, so the magazine got that wrong again. And then the quote they used for She's a Man, Baby a Man, it says, what did they say? Oh, they say, I have hair in strange places. I have a penis. That's not quite how it works. It's close, but it's not quite right. She's like, how can I save anyone? I look ridiculous. I'm wearing clothes from the ex-boyfriend's pile. I have hair in strange places, and I have a penis. So there was an and in there, and they didn't have the full quote. So cool. All right. Sexy showdown time. So we each get to nominate one character. So Ryan, you have to choose.
All right. I think I chose that.
One character to be in the running. So Daryl will automatically move to this round, and we each get to pick one more to combat him. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. I'm gonna choose Jack Manford.
Jack Manford. All right. Cute little scholar man.
Exactly. Kind of reminds me of my husband, so he does it for me.
Aww.
Aw.
Yay. Jack Manford is on the list.
Well, then, since he's still on the table, I'm going to take Andy Trudeau. We already know he performed well.
Yeah, absolutely. He did perform well. Yeah. We'll see if he wins this time. Yeah. So if Andy and Daryl will verse each other again. All right. I'm going to... Who should I choose? Do I choose... I want to say Whitaker, but he's scary to me, so I'm not going to choose him. I'm going to do John Cho. I'm gonna put him in already.
I like that.
As Mark Chow. Yeah. All right, so we'll have Jack Manford, we'll have Andy, we'll have John Cho, Mark Chow, and Daryl in this sexy showdown this week.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, so now just tell us what's coming next issue, Sean.
Next issue, we will be covering The Fourth Sister, The Truth is Out There and It Hurts, and The Witch is Back. And in the magazine, we'll be covering Future Tense, uncovering the truth about premonitions. Can they really provide a glimpse of the fuchsia? Lovely Leo, find out all about the Hollowell's handsome handyman, Leo Wyatt. And Perfect Piper, check out our behind-the-scenes interview with Holly Marie Combs, a.k.a. Piper Hollowell.
So we made it through the end of this episode, everybody. Woo! Round of applause.
Yay.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for joining us. I'll see you soon, I'm sure.
I hope we can meet up again sometime soon, boys. This has been a lot of fun.
Yes.
I love it.
In the meantime, tell us where we can find you.
You guys can find me on Instagram at RYEORIO. Or you guys can follow this other little podcast that we do called Solving for X-Men, where we are currently reviewing Wolverine and the X-Men. And it's so much fun and nerding out with these two. And come over and watch us bring the power of 3 over to Solving for X-Men.
Yay.
Yes. And you can find me on Shawnee Havoc. And when I'm not on Shawnee Havoc, you can find me at your local Alamo Draft House, where you can watch movies, drink alcohol, and eat great food.
Now it's a true crossover. Yeah.
Yes, come to Solving for X to get that reference and understand. It's out today at the same time, so we're cross-pollinating for sure. And you can find me at KJEEZY87 on Instagram, and follow this podcast at Words of the Witches on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all the places. And we will soon see you soon, Spellworders. Your destiny still awaits. Bye. Where's the stop button?